everybody, so we're back talking some more House of the Dragon on the channel with episode 7. Honestly, I'm still emotionally reeling from last week between the tragic death of Sir Harwin Strong and the bigger one, the heartbreaking loss of Laena Velaryon, and the way that she chose to go out with her dragon Vhagar. All of that stuff was emotional, but nevertheless, I still was excited for yet another episode of the series. Thankfully, we aren't doing another time jump. We are following pretty much exactly where we left off last week, and getting to see the days that follow Laena's passing with her funeral, and that allows many of these characters to reunite after being apart from one another for so many years. I mean, there was that 10-year time jump between episodes, so it's great to see those reunions unfold on screen, even if the tensions themselves are quite high. I mean, let's be honest, the tensions were high before this, but they're still pretty bad, if not worse, afterwards. There's generally always tension and drama surrounding funerals, but it's the Game of Thrones world where everything is amplified, where everyone is making accusations towards one another, and there are some shocking big fights along the way, both of the verbal variety and actual physical fights on screen. Regardless if we sadly didn't get to spend a whole lot of time on screen with Laena Velaryon, I thought her funeral itself was absolutely gorgeous. Not only getting some glimpses of many of the dragons, but just the genuine emotions that are pouring out as most of the guests do mourn her. Some of them don't mourn her as much, but we know why. After all of these years apart from one another, I figured maybe, just maybe, there would be some sort of niceness between Viserys and Daemon when they do finally see each other, but they don't. Daemon is still as petty as ever, and he wants absolutely nothing to do with Viserys. I did, however, like the exchange between him and Otto Hightower as he completely insults him, because I don't like Otto Hightower, and it makes me kind of upset that he is now the Hand of the King. You have to love that even despite Rhaenyra and Daemon having different lovers and having seen each other over a decade now, they still have very strong feelings for one another. Rhaenyra is skulking about in the background until they finally have a conversation and talk about their past lives in between where they haven't seen one another. And we get the scene that a lot of people have been hoping for. They finally actually hook up fully this time, not just making out, like full-blown hardcore sex. I mean, maybe it was hardcore sex. I mean, it was pretty dark. I didn't get to see a whole lot of it. Now that Laena Velaryon has passed, this was a moment I was dreading, and that is seeing the bonding between Aemon Targaryen and Vhagar. Even if I don't like Aemon as a character, it was still awesome seeing him ride Vhagar through the sky. I mean, just visually on that scale, it looks pretty great. We see right away why I'm not a big fan of Aemon Targaryen. He's an absolute dick to all of his relatives, talking about how Laena's dead, so it doesn't really matter if he steals Vhagar or not, and he starts making fun of Rhaenyra's kids, that they're bastards, so it brought me great joy seeing him lose his eye. This exchange did bring forth the most tense exchange in the entire episode, and when Alicent demands an eye for an eye, literally. Look, I love Olivia Cooke as an actress, I think she's phenomenal, but I don't know after this episode how you can support someone like Alicent Hightower. Between the fact that she's literally demanding an eye for an eye from a child, and the fact that she's trying to make Criston Cole do it for her, and then when that is stopped, she just takes Viserys' dagger and tries to do it herself, leading to such an intense sequence between her and Rhaenyra, as she does end up still cutting Rhaenyra with the dagger, truly drawing a line in the sand here between Team Green and Team Black. If that entire exchange wasn't big and shocking enough to end the episode on, we do have a few more shocking events that are even bigger, and that is the fact that Daemon and Rhaenyra, they're basically planning behind everyone's back to kill Laenor, pay off some folks, and get married in the process. Neither of them really wasting much time to get together after all these years. Both of their lovers are literally just dying off screen, both in horribly painful ways, but at least the ceremony itself was beautiful. I will give them that. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens after this marriage, because I think it's going to be even more spicy when everyone does find out about it. But now you've heard my thoughts on episode 7 of House of the Dragon. Make sure you share your thoughts down below. What did you think of this crazy episode? Did you like the episode? Did you not like the episode? Share all your thoughts down below and what you think is going to happen for the rest of season 1. Since part of the fun is having that conversation with you guys in the comments section down below. Also, if you want more Game of Thrones content involving me besides House of the Dragon reviews, I also do reactions to every single episode of Game of Thrones. I know I've said that for many episodes now, like a broken record, but we are supposed to be starting that up very soon. We're supposed to be doing a live very soon to rank all of the characters in season 6 like we've done with the past seasons, and then we are actually starting season 7 after I've talked about it for so many weeks. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do a review next week for episode 8 because I have prior commitments like literally around that same time frame the episode drops, so unfortunately I am going to miss out on episode 8 when it does drop live, but I am still going to be talking about episode 8 in some shape or form in some way, so make sure you stay tuned for that, along with my many other videos on the channel if you are interested in checking all that stuff out as well. Thank you guys so much for the review. reviews. I always do appreciate it though. Make sure you leave a like on the video and also subscribe to the channel so we always update reviews, reactions, unboxings, and more. But next time, I'll see you guys later.